Here are some of the 5 reasons why I would recommend a second-hand car instead of a new car for the new investors, new Uber investors. If you are planning to invest in Uber for the first time, at some point I would recommend a well-maintained and a well-checked second-hand car. And here are the first 5 reasons why I would recommend this type of car. Now, number 1, fast return on investment. To be sincere, a second-hand car will be around maybe, let's say, around maybe 500K. And a new car will be $1 million. So for an investment worth 5 million, but the return will be the same. It will be the same return. Every driver pays around 1,000 to 1,500 per day, whether it's a new car or it's an old car. But remember, with the new car, it is your investment starts at 1 million. So 1 million, it will take 3 years to get a return on your investment, or even 4, or sometimes even 5. But with the second-hand car, it will take roughly 2 years, sure bet. Whether you are driving, in fact, if you are driving it by yourself, it's a bit cheap compared to someone who is giving it to another driver. So that will also help you a lot. To me, I will recommend, because a clean second-hand car would go maybe for, I don't know, around 600 and below. And it will give you the same returns. And your money will return faster and you start earning. Compared to someone who is waiting for 3-4 years. So to me, I would recommend a second-hand car. Number 2, cheap insurance. For a new car worth 1 million, the insurance are comprehensive. Mostly if you go for a car loan. If it is a car loan, sometimes insurance might cost more because it will be it has to be a comprehensive insurance. But with a second-hand car, that means you have gone cash. So if you have gone cash, that means you can even use a third-party insurance. You will just have to change some few things, and valuation of that car is a bit low. So maintain something like insurance would be cheaper compared to new car. Also, if you go for a loan, that car must have a comprehensive. So insurance on this car will be cheap for the second-hand cars. That's why I will recommend it. You will spend, like, even if it's a comprehensive, you will spend like maybe 30. Compared to someone who is going for a newer car, whether it's loan or a direct purchase, you will spend like 60,000 on a comprehensive. So that is something, one of the reasons why I would recommend. Nitakubali, natambua sana second-hand car, kama unaweza pata second-hand moja safi. I would really recommend a second-hand car, mostly to the investors who understand this game very well. If you understand this game very well, this video is for you. Now, number 3, very cheap to buy. A second-hand car would cost you maybe, let's say, 500K. 500K, and Uber will always give you around roughly 10K per week. And that means, that 10K means 6 days of on the road. And after 6 days, that 10K means around 40,000. 40,000, give it, just save something, like spend 10K. Let's say you spend 10K on maintenance. That means in 10 months you have your 300,000 return. If possible, if your car will have a driver full time. If you are driving it by yourself, you have a good money. So to me, it will give you a faster return. If the business is well in 3 years, in 2 years, you even have a profit if that car costed you 500,000. To me, that is something I will recommend. But I don't recommend it for a car loan. You might buy a car with a lot of problems if you don't counter check it very well. So check that car very well. Mostly if you are going cash, a second-hand car would be one of the best deals you'll ever get. If you get a good deal, a good second-hand car, it will give you a better service. And you will enjoy, because in 2 years wewe uko na pesa yako imerudi. The 3rd year, the 4th year, hata ukidispose hiyo gari uko mbele. So to me, second-hand car would be a game changer. Take it this way, even if that second-hand car is taking away let's say driver is paying less, like 1,200, it will still give you around 8K. So you will get around 30 something. Let's say even if it gives you 20K per month, that means in 1 year you have around 240. Second year 240. That's 400. There is no way a second-hand car would go 3 years without giving you a return on your money, unless you bought the oldest one. Gari imeisha, alafu huko hauna pesa ya kumaintain gari. Lazima uko na, if you are going for a second-hand car, also go for something, for a good car, counter check, and also have some money kept aside for the repairs, small repairs hapa na pale. That is also very important if you are going for a second-hand car. We are on number 4, 100% profit. With a second-hand car, you have gone cash. That means 100% profit. You'll be earning your money freely. It will give you enough space to think. Buda, hizi gari za mkopo zinaumiza kichwa. Au pumwangi, haunanga amani, you don't have peace at all. So if you can go for cash, you will enjoy everything that Uber gives you. So to me, sometimes second-hand, going cash will be the best. If you go for a second-hand 500K, instead of even going for a higher purchase, go cash. But make sure you get a good car. That is also something you must know. Unaweza pigwa kichapo ingine ya mwaka, uitumie kuanika manguo hapo kwa mlango. So this is something you have to check on. Make sure the car is in good condition. Even if it's about 600, just buy it. As long as the car is in a good condition, you will enjoy the business. So I will always recommend second-hand cars. If you counter check it very well, you have some money for the maintenance, a bit of a small maintenance and all that, you will have a good car. So second-hand car will give you 100% profit. It will give you, you will start earning your profit the same day that car gets on the road. Also, number 5, spare parts available. Look at this, my car. This car is still very clean. I've always used it. I've given it a good maintenance, and I think this car looks good. And this car, when I was buying it back in 2023, it was 2023, yes. When I was going for this car in 2023, there were no spare parts. You know, the new models, the spare parts are not always available. In fact, some people, they didn't even know Honda had this small car. You'd go for a spare part, then the dealers would ask you, hey, which car is that? I know only about the Wagon R. Which one is Honda and Wagon? So it was very, very chaotic. There was a very big problem with that, with the spares during that time. But today, after two years later, trust me, they know this car, getting spare parts is easy. And I think, to me, for a second-hand car, the spare parts would be available, whether it is which type of car. The new model sometimes comes with some different features, different spare parts. So you will spend most of your time looking for spare parts for even the newer, a well-known car. You understand? With a second-hand car, the car that has stayed here for a year or two, people are already using it, and the dealers have already spotted that. So this one, to me, second-hand car, the spares would be available everywhere. And also remember, the older the model, the cheaper the spare part, if you don't know. The newer models, they always make sure that give an expensive prices, because they know that it is not all dealers who have that spare part. Only few dealers, because I remember going for my first shock, it was around 6K. It was a left front shock absorber. It was around 6K. But the latest one that I went to last year, 2025, it was around 3K. So that tells you that the more this car stays in the country, the more spare parts are already available. So to me, these are some of the reasons why instead of a new car, I would go for a second-hand car, mostly when it is cash. Hello guys, I always share Uber stories, Uber experience, Uber tips. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave us a comment on what you think we can also help you with. Thank you.